So, you just unboxed your slimes. And now what? Let's go and get you set up. Before we get started, make sure to have the SlimeVR app installed on your platform of choice. If you intend to use your slimes with SteamVR on a gaming PC, you will also have to install SteamVR. Make sure to do this first before installing the SlimeVR software. For standalone gameplay, you will only need to install the SlimeVR software. Quick note about standalone use: the device you install the SlimeVR software on does not have to be VR capable, so an older computer, laptop or phone will do just fine. Just make sure they're on the same Wi-Fi network. Let's get you set up now. When first opening the software, you should be met with the setup wizard. If this is not the case, or you ever need to redo this process in the future, you can manually start it by clicking the button labeled Setup Wizard. Before starting the setup, you have the option to change your language in the bottom right corner if needed. The first step is to put in your Wi-Fi information. We will need this to get your slimes connected to your local network. Make sure to double check your details, both the Wi-Fi name and password are case sensitive. Now grab your slimes and one by one connect them to your PC with the included USB cable. Make sure to turn them on after plugging them in, otherwise it will not work. If you are running this from a cellular device, you might have to use an adapter or a different cable. Make sure the adapter or cable is capable of sending data because some cables only transmit power. After you've done this successfully for all of your trackers, we're going to move on to the next step. We're going to calibrate the IMUs. Make sure to lay all of your trackers on a flat surface, such as a desk, table or floor. Keep in mind that you will have to do this each time you turn on your trackers. Whilst you won't have to press any buttons, the trackers will need to lay still on a flat surface each time you turn them on to calibrate the IMU. Now you can go ahead and install your straps and stickers. This is pretty straightforward, however, do make sure that the Velcro side is facing the same direction as the little face on your tracker. If you have the newer version of the strap, you have to make sure the grippy interface is facing towards your body. Time to assign the trackers to their respective body parts. Make sure to put on your trackers for this step. The recommended mounting positions are shown on screen during these steps. First, select how many trackers you intend to assign, 5, 6, 8, 10. This will show you all the points that need assigned. Next, click on one of those points. Now you can either select a tracker as shown on screen, or you can double tap the tracker itself on your body that's in the correct position. After assigning all your trackers, hit I'm ready. The next step will be mounting calibration. Whilst this can be done manually, we generally recommend using the automatic calibration. This process is fairly straightforward, so let's go through it real quick. Make sure you have all your trackers on and hit I have all my trackers on. Now we are going to do a full reset, so stand up straight and keep your arms at your sides, nice and relaxed. Now click Reset. It will count you down from 3 down to 0. The reset will take place after the countdown ends. And now for the final one, we will have to squat as if we were skiing, as shown on screen. Hit Reset Mounting, and just like the previous reset, you'll be counted down. And there we are. You should now see a preview of what your tracking looks like. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect just yet. If you want to use manual mounting calibration, you can do so as follows. When in the manual mounting calibration screen, you will see your assigned trackers. Click on one of the trackers to display the little carousel. In there, you will have to click the part that most closely resembles how your slimes are facing. Time to get you familiar with resets. Due to the nature of IMU trackers, they are susceptible to something called drift. Fear not, as this is not the same as controller stick drift. IMU drift is caused by very minor tracking imperfections that add up over time and cause a tracker to think that it has rotated further than it actually has. Luckily, this takes some time to occur and can be very easily resolved with a reset. Whilst on this screen, tap the tracker that is highlighted on your screen twice. This will trigger a yaw reset. Whilst not as accurate as a full reset, this can keep you going with minimal disruption and can be used while sitting or laying down. When sitting or laying down, all you have to do is straighten your legs, look forward, and double tap this tracker. Now tap 3 times on the newly highlighted tracker. This will trigger a full reset. For this, you'll have to stand up in what we call an I pose. This will fully reset the skeleton and start you fresh without any drift. And finally, get into a ski pose and triple tap the now newly highlighted tracker. This will trigger a mounting reset like described earlier. Whilst you won't have to do this frequently, it can be helpful to have on hand. If you want to change which tracker triggers which reset, you can head over to your settings and reassign them. We will cover this in a future tutorial. And now, for the final steps, let's set up your proportions using the brand new scaled proportion system. On this first screen, we will measure your headset's height. Keep in mind that this is not your actual height, just the headset's. If this value looks wrong, or you want to make sure it's fully correct, you can click Retry Measuring. Now stand up straight and look forward. Then click Stop Measuring. Once it looks right, you can click Use Headset Height to move on. Now, this next step is optional, but if you suspect your floor height to be off, or you want to double check, you can follow this process. Simply hit Start Measuring, after which you can proceed by putting your controller against your floor. After that, you can click Use Floor Height and save. And finally, the very last step is to reset all your proportions by clicking Reset All Proportions. This will set your body proportions based on your height. And that's it. You're now set up and ready to bust some moves or chill out with friends using your new SlimeVR trackers. However, there are many more settings to play around with, so do keep your eyes peeled for a future upload where we will cover and explain many more settings within the SlimeVR software. Along that note, there will also be an upload showcasing how to set up standalone tracking for VRChat.